two National League teams. We'll see the Colorado Rockies taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. The MLB only on 2K Sports.
Offensive production. Andrew McCutchen. That's what he's going to try and deliver in this one. Defending their field today in downtown Pittsburgh are the Pirates. Hi again, everybody, along with Steve Phillips and John Kruk. I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome. Let's take a moment here to look at the Rockies. Leading it off, Dexter Fowler. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates coming off a win. What a streak these guys are on. That's 10 in a row now. They are the team to beat.
Well, these guys are in one of those stretches when everything seems to be going right for them. They'll be looking for consecutive victory number 11 in this one.
Up the middle. Oh, you got to like what's going on there. Let's take a look at that one again.
Well, outstanding play. Everybody moving in unison.
And the Pirates in the field. Here's a look at their defense. Highlights, John, from these fielders.
Well, speed in the outfield is a great asset, Gary, and Jose Tabata has that. Great range, great throwing arm, can help your team win in so many different ways. A valuable asset to have.
Well, working on the 0-1 count now.
He's painting the black away with that fastball, Gary, hitting the spots and with great velocity.
A swing and a fly ball to left center field. And Tabit is there. And he gets over to take care of it. These were the hitters with the most home runs around the league last year, courtesy of State Farm. There you see Gonzalez. He's holding down the 4th spot.
Well, this is their power guy, and that's what they pay him the money for, to hit the ball out of the ballpark. And last year, he didn't disappoint. One of the top home run hitters in all of baseball. I tell you what, you make a mistake, it's gone.
And that's the 3rd out. That'll do it. Nothing doing here in this half inning. So the first chance for the Pirates coming right up. It's going to be Jason Hamill on the mound. For Colorado, he'll be starting. Steve, as he takes a look at this Pittsburgh lineup today, what do you think he's thinking?
Well, the fastball command is...
And that one hit well. Smith is there. That's 1 down. Scouting report, John. How about some picks?
Well, you love to watch Andrew McCutchen play because of the excitement he can bring. He can turn a double into a triple on offense, but he can also turn a double into an out with his great range in the outfield. So many players in baseball have the speed and the ability. Andrew McCutchen uses it every day.
So Tabata is retired. Now let's take a look at how the Rockies will line up defensively. Particular standouts here, John?
Well, the big guy in the middle, Troy Tulowitzki, 6'3", 205 pounds, but he has great range and possesses one of the best throwing arms in all of baseball for an infielder. He can make the spectacular play, but what he does better than anyone, he makes the routine play as good as you can get.
Fouled off that first pitch, 0-1 the count. And he squares around, gets down the bunt. Hamill. Safe at first base. They got a base runner. Here's what the Rockies have coming up in April. They will wrap up this series with Pittsburgh Sunday. And they'll be taking on the Mets, led by the power bat of Carlos Beltran. A team that will definitely give them a competitive series. They'll get started Monday night. After that, they head home to match up against the Cubs. Boy, there's some great competition in that set of games. And that's going to do it. Stewart is there to put it away. No runs on a hit, and they'll strand it. Forecast tonight to be cold. Definitely it's turned out that way. And it's Troy Tulowitzki at the plate. Near the top of the list in the National League with his average last season. And a strike starting the 2nd here. It's 0-1.
A big hitter in this big lineup, but a guy that counted on all year last year who really delivered, gave them what they needed, Gary, and obviously looking for him to do it again.
The pitch, and he lays off that one outside. 1-2.
I see the bit overmatched last game out. He's striking out 3 times in that one, so he's hoping to make a little more contact here.
Swing and a miss on the slider. 1 out.
A good pitch right at the knees there. He swung right over the top of it and just couldn't put it in play.
And Stewart settles in.
Well, you can't find a lot of silver linings for the Pirates in 2010, but the one thing is they finished just a game under 500 at home at PNC Park last year.
And that's in there for a strike. Steve was talking about a PNC Park for the Pirates, only a game below 500. You're looking for some bright lights to grow with.
And, you know, if they can win at home, Pittsburgh's a good baseball town. People will come out and support this team. They have some good young talent. They're headed in the right direction. You just wonder, when is it going to all come together?
And he catches Ian Stewart looking. That is strike 3. He's gone.
We've got a second now to see the four-seam fastball in K-Camp. And a brief look here at the Rockies and how they ranked in the National League last season. First in triples, second in slugging percentage, and as a team, they can put the ball in play, ranked third overall in batting average, really showing that ability and the depth of that lineup to hit for a high average.
Strike started off the at-bat 0-1. Just a 1 for 9 last year off the Pirates. And that's going to be a strike. Chris Iannetta now with a defensive stance behind.
The hitter's got to be in defense mode right here, just looking to make contact. Got to shorten up the swing.
And Iannetta struck out on a big swing. No hits, nobody left on, and a good defensive half inning. It's still a shutout here in Pittsburgh.
For the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Lyle Overbay in. He's the team's most walked batter.
Overbay.
There's contact. He drove it well. And Gonzalez. He comes up with it easily here.
And a brief look here at the Pirates and how they ranked in the National League last season. 10th in doubles, 10th in stolen bases. And the triples numbers, well, they weren't quite what the numbers you'd want for a team. And it really shows the fact they didn't have the kind of speed necessary to take that extra base.
And he lays it down. He'll try to beat it out. Hamill, he's out at first base, but not by much. Very close play at first base.
Well, I mean, a little too close for comfort right there. You see him stretch right at the end. Very close play.
Snyder at the plate. He's the best base stealer, leading the ball club in steals. And that one's hit well. Fowler is there. And he's there to retire the side. Amazingly fast inning out. Todd Helton to lead it off.
Number 17, Todd Helton.
Here's the pitch. It's strike 1. Can't make contact on the fastball. Strike 2. No balls. 2 strikes. Helton, a good protector of the plate.
Hitters have to have great balance and be prepared for the pitch away. If you open up even a little bit, you can't catch up to that four-seam fastball on the outside corner.
And that sets down Helton.
Well, Gary, he's pitching well right now. And that's 7 straight that he's retired. He is really locked in.
Now look at the teams who led the league in extra base hits last year. Brought to you by State Farm. The D-backs, number 1. Second, the Reds. Third spot, the Brewers. The Rockies, 4th. And number 5, the Phillies rounded up.
Well, anytime you have a whole team of guys who can hit for extra bases, it makes the defense spread out so much, and it gives you room to do other things. This team is great at it, one of the best in the league last year, just hitting the balls in gaps, hitting the ball over the wall, and that's why they score so many runs, because they're always in scoring position.
Shot towards the hole, and Overbay makes the catch.
We're going to talk about settling in. How about retiring 8 hitters in a row? I think he settled in.
Hamill at the plate. 2 outs and nobody on. Sinker swung on, missed. 0-1.
Can you say ground ball? That's what that sinker down to the zone is meant to do.
He delivers. Good hard slider that time. He's in control in the count now. 0-2. He deals. The slider swung on and missed. Struck him out. Side gone. And they're unable to make any noise here in this half inning. In the batter's box, it's Boomer. He's our first batter, home half of the 3rd inning. Headed for the middle. Look out off the pitcher. And that's in plenty of time for the out. But a quick recovery that time gets the out. And in the batter's box, it's Karstens. Base is empty with one away. He squares around and he gets this one down in time for the out. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. It's going to be Carl Crawford and the Boston Red Sox. They play host to the New York Yankees. All gets going at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Now looking forward to that. That's going to be some kind of matchup, Gary. Good ball game.
To the plate, here comes Andrew McCutchen. Last year, 1 for 3 off Hamill. Deep right. And he's there to retire the side. So Jason Hamill, he's
Coming to bat for the
Fowler at the plate. He flew out his last time up.
24, Dexter Fowler.
Now the first pitch. First pitch, a sinker in there. 0-1.
Like they haven't scored or gotten a hit, and we're in the 4th inning right now, and they've got to really reconsider their approach at the plate as we move through the lineup the second time around.
And with 2 strikes on him, Dexter Fowler now will be watching to protect the strike zone.
Now, if you got a chance to see the last game, you saw he seemed a little bit flustered at the plate, expanding the strike zone, striking out twice in that game.
Here's the pitch. That's a called strike 3. Dexter Fowler got him.
Well, the velocity getting up to about 89 miles per hour, but pretty straight pitch right there.
Pretty good looking pitch right there. Danced a little bit outside. Maybe he thought that was going to go the other way.
Yeah, and he found out the outside part of the plate. The umpire and everyone else knew that was a strike.
And it's Smith batting. He went 3 for 11 last year off the Pirates. Tabata will take care of that fly. Now the State Farm leaderboard gives us a look at who hit the highest average-wise last year.
Well, Gary, there's 2 guys in this game today that you need to keep an eye on if you're looking for guys to get base hits. They were 2 of the top hitters in all of baseball last season. I tell you what they do. They prepare, they watch a lot of tape, they read the scouting reports, and they have a game plan when they go up, and they execute that game plan on a consistent basis.
Swung on and ripped towards second. And Walker, he grabs that one. And the side's retired. You could not ask for a better 4 innings so far. Everything's working.
A dozen up and a dozen down. You can't.
For those of you just joining in, I'm Gary Thorne along with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. We bring you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. There's a ground ball. And Tulowitzki picks it up. So Tabata is retired.
Third base. Number 24, Pedro
Alvarez is in the batter's box.
Well, the awaited arrival in Pittsburgh of Pedro Alvarez is finally over. They gave him a chance in June, and he rewarded them handsomely. This guy's going to be a stud in the middle of this lineup for a long time, guys.
Tulowitzki able to pull that one in.
He's got everything working for him right now. Every pitch, he's going for a strike. That's 9 in a row that he set down.
And we've got Jones batting. And at the plate, one of the tops in runs scored, top 5. Swings a little late that time, strike 1. Here's the pitch. There's a swing, line drive, center field. And that's a knock for Jones.
Now coming to bat.
Well, 2 quick outs in the inning. You think maybe this is one of those quick innings and the other team gets in and they get some momentum. And he keeps the inning alive with that base hit.
That will give Lyle Overbay the chance with the runner on. And he's second on the club in runs. And he starts Overbay out. Swing and lined up the middle. And that's a base hit. Overbay on. Jones towards third. This is a great situation for some offense.
Consistency, professionalism. He never seems to give up an at-bat, Gary. He's so locked in this year.
And in the batter's box, it's Walker. In the National League, top 5 in hits. 2 men on and 2 men out. Pitch on the way. Makes contact. It is going to be fouled. Fly ball deep and off to the left. And Jason Hamill delivers the strike. The count now will go to 0-2. Big breaking ball misses. 1-2.
They went with the big curveball off the plate, trying to get him to reach for it, but he lays off.
The 1-2 on its way. Swing and a line drive. And he's on now. That's going to be another hit for them. Now Pittsburgh, here's a fantastic chance.
That's 3 consecutive hits he's given up. He can't be out of gas yet. He just has to bear down and get somebody out. They don't want to go to the bullpen this early in the game.
And the first pitch. Runs up to bunt, gets this one down. And he's got it. Oh, and he is safe. He just barely makes it home.
This is good baseball right here. Reading the field. He saw that he could get a bunt down and beat it out. And with 2 outs, this is a good play with a man in scoring position.
Then the batter's box, it's Boomer. And he's got a shot with the bases loaded.
They can really open up this game now with a big hit.
Pitcher wants this big hit more than anyone. Boy, that one is stung up the middle. He's up with it. Throw on to second base, force play, side retired. The 4th sees the offense. They start to settle in. First run on the board. Pittsburgh.
Up to the plate.
And it's Troy Tulowitzki now to lead it off. Now Tulowitzki in the box. Starts him out with a curveball for a strike.
You know, I know we're not supposed to say anything about no-hitters, so I would never say anything about that, Gary. But
don't worry.
You know, I don't think they have any hits here, and we're, moving through the middle part of the ballgame.
Boomer. One away. Still, no one has been able to reach base, and we're in the 5th.
You know, I love watching him. This next time through the lineup, the adjustments he's making, the hitters just can't figure them out.
One away as Ian Stewart will get set. And he went 4 for 19 last year off the Pirates.
Was just never able to get anything going against this pitching staff last year.
Strike 2, Ian Stewart. Gonna have to be careful now.
Velocity and location are absolutely critical. That pitch was exactly where he wanted to throw it.
Got the ground ball to Alvarez. So Stewart is retired. One more sent back to the bench. And in the 5th, what a trend.
Gary, you look at it, second time through the lineup, you think they might be able to make some adjustments, but not yet.
And now Iannetta gets set. Swings and misses. The sinker, 0-1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Chris Iannetta now with a defensive stance behind. And Iannetta struck out on a big swing. Well, you don't want to say anything too early, but through 5, folks, there ain't anything up there.
And you know what? Second time through the lineup, they're not making any adjustments. You wonder if he can keep this going.
Pittsburgh not letting this lead go. End of the order is going to try and kick it off offensively. The first pitch. Towards the middle. Hamill. And his throw is in time for out number 1.
After the pitch, the pitcher becomes an infielder. Quick reactions allow him to make the play and get the out at first.
With one away, Andrew McCutchen is at the plate. He trails his team's leader in RBIs right now. Swing, hot shot, and it's through. A base hit for McCutchen.
Stepping up to the plate for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Tabit is coming up to the plate. One down, runner at first. First pitch on the way. Swung on, lined over the first baseman's head. It's a fair ball headed into the corner for extra bases. McCutchen's on his way home. And he will score. Great base run.
Stepping up to the plate.
Well, I was already to mark this down on the card as a double. Put another line in there.
Well, he didn't let up at all, Gary. Great effort on his part. Took a chance, but he made it.
Amazing thing is he was able to do it standing up. Alvarez is in the batter's box. So the direction here, Steve, for this lineup is stay in charge. Right now they are.
I'll tell you what, Gary, we're seeing a solid, consistent, professional approach from these hitters.
Up the middle. That'll be a base hit and an RBI.
Stepping up to the plate.
Well, now after giving up 3 straight hits, the manager has to start thinking about getting somebody up in the pen.
Garrett Jones batting here. There's one away.
Well, now they're putting some distance between themselves and their opponent. With at-bats like that, keep tacking on the runs and pulling away.
Here it comes. Hit up the middle. And that'll get him aboard. They're on a roll. And he throws it away, and everybody's safe. That'll bring up Lyle
Number
Overbay.
37, Lyle Overbay.
Had a base hit his last time up. Runners on first and second with 1 out. And he starts Overbay out. Here's a swing and a line drive. Herrera for 1. And 2. Double play. And Jason Hamill heads in. He's keeping his team in the ball game. Just needs some run support now. And Don Helton to lead it off.
Number 17, Todd Helton.
First one to Helton. Here's the pitch. Plays off that one outside. 1-0.
Look here, as we move through the middle part of this ball game right now, they just cannot mount any offense at all. No hits. And I'll tell you what, this pitcher is just shutting them down.
Ground ball to short. He stops at first. It'll be a single.
Second baseman, number 18.
Well, this young man deserves a great ovation. I'm sure he's going to get it. He's allowed only that 1 hit coming here in the 6th inning.
It's going to be Herrera now. 0 for 6 hitters so far against the Pirates. 0-1 count as that started off with a strike.
Sometimes you get a pitch, and if it's early enough in the count, you can just say, not this one, I'm going to wait for the next one.
Tries to get him to golf at that one, but he lays off, and 1-2 count.
The best curveballs are the ones that start in the strike zone, then fall out of the strike zone. He couldn't get him to fish for that one, though.
The 1-2 pitch. Good patience. Jonathan Herrera lets that one go by. That's a good eye. Evens the count up. He's ready. The 2-2 pitch. A shot up the middle. That's 1 out. Now over to first and safe at first. Close play. Not quite enough time to get it.
Well, not hard to understand this one, Gary. You're going to bring in the pinch hitter for the pitcher. Hopefully a guy who can come up with a big hit.
Helton's on first. And on the mound, we've got Evan Meek as the Pirates bring him in as a reliever.
If it were me, I'd leave the starter in the game. I think you're taking him out too early right now. I'd go to the bullpen a little bit later.
Here's the 0-1 pitch by Meek. This one swung on, hit down the line and right. Rolling into the corner. That's going to be extra bases. Helton on his way to third. The throw and safe at third with plenty of time. The opportunity for offense is right now.
Right fielder, number 20.
Well, you just can't explain how valuable a pinch hitter is. The guy who can come off the bench cold and deliver a big hit.
The pitch from Meek. That one's going to be put in play. McCutchen to field it. 2 down here in the inning. And coming up for the Pirates. Sunday they finish up this Colorado series. After that, they'll play host to the Brewers and the bat of Corey Hart. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And they'll be off to take on the Reds in the bat of Jay Bruce. Here's the first pitch. Hit in the air to left center. And that's going to do it. The batter puts it away, 3rd out. So they're shut down again. That's 6 shutout innings so far. Still have the shutout going at PNC Park. And in the batter's box, it's Walker. 2nd highest average on the ball club. It'll be Rafael Betancourt doing the pitching. As they make the pitching swings, lines this one back up the middle. That's 1 away.
For the Pittsburgh Pirates, number 19, Chris
Snyder at the plate. Had an RBI single his last time to the plate. Base is empty, 1 out. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Well, anytime you recognize a slider, you got to be very patient with it. You can't be over anxious. You got to stay back, and then when you see it good enough, let it fly.
Betancourt sets and throws. Swings and grounds this one to the right side. Foul. Fastball in there. Struck him out. Out number 2.
Let's take another look at that pitch. It's a two-seam fastball in KK.
In the batter's box, it's Boomer. Bounced into a fielder's choice as last time. 2 outs, base is empty. And here's the first one. There's a hard comebacker right through the center. Throws on to first. Side is retired. Good defensive half inning there. No hits allowed.
Now up to the plate.
And Carlos Gonzalez to lead it off.
Center fielder, number 5, Carlos Gonzalez.
Good pitch right there from Meek.
He throws that cut fastball up and into the hitter. Kind of surprised him. He couldn't offer at it.
The pitch. And that's over as well, and it's quickly 0-2. It's hit foul by Gonzalez. Line towards first. And Overbay makes the catch. Now the State Farm leaderboard, we take a look at who the league leaders in slugging percentage were last year.
Well, Gary, some serious sluggers in this game here today. I tell you what, these guys aren't content with just stopping at first base. It seems like when they put the ball in play, they put themselves in scoring position or they drive themselves in.
And that's in there. Meek ahead 0-1.
This pitcher relies on the good movement from his cut.
He swings and hits this one. Going to be fielded by Jones. That one gets down for a base hit.
Now up to the plate.
They tried to go down with that 0-1 pitch, but it gets blasted right back for the base hit.
But the way he went after that in the box, Steve, it looked like he might have been guessing down there.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have to make contact behind in the count. He got a pitch over the heart of the plate, and he took advantage of it.
First pitch on the way. And that's in there. Meek ahead 0-1.
Well, the hitter didn't like that one, but that's a strike. He hit the inside corner up in the zone. Got to swing the bat.
Popped him up. This one to Alvarez. 1. Overbay is there, but it's not going to be in time to turn 2.
Well, the hitter's not going to be happy with himself there. He got his pitch to hit, but too far out in front, too anxious, just skied it to third for an easy out.
That one swung out and hit. And McCutcheon. That'll do it as they put that one away. And a frustrated lineup.
Now up to the plate.
Meeks in the batter's box. He's going to get things started off for us here after the 7th inning stretch.
Well, it's always nice to have a defense.
Shot back to first. And it gets down. The opposing pitcher gets on base. Nice job.
I thought he couldn't hit, Gary. The pitcher can't hit. But look at that. It's a good piece of hitting right there. Nice job.
And the opportunity is there for Andrew McCutcheon. Get the new count on swung on hit. And he gets that one down. His second hit. 2 for 4 today. And he scores.
Now up to the plate.
One run already across the board and nobody out. This has the potential of being a really big inning. Let's see if they can string some hits together.
And Tabita's coming up to the plate. Steve, we've seen them continue to charge it up at the plate, and it doesn't look like they're going to be stopped.
Offense coming to life late here, tacking on additional insurance runs, taking the pressure off the pitching.
Swinging a drive, deep left center. And Gonzalez. That's one away. The runner's tagging from first.
Well, he got a pitch he could drive right there, and he wanted to get more, but he wanted to hit it out of the park. But at least the out was productive, and the runner advances.
And you'll feel a lot better about that at bat if, in fact, that run comes around to score. The first pitch. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Picked up by Tulowitzki. Oh, mercy, they collide. And out. The catcher stood him up and made the play. And he boots it. And we've got Jones batting. 2 outs and a man on first. Line shot into center field. And it gets down. A 3 for 4 game. Good hitting job. Now Pittsburgh. Here's a fantastic chance.
He's having himself a day right here in this one. 2-out hit right there. That's his 3rd hit of the game so far.
Betancourt sets and throws. Off the plate with a fastball, and it's 1-0. Ready with a 1-0. Swing and a liner to right center. And it's starting to head out towards the wall. He's thinking extra bases. And he will score from second base. And Jones comes across to score. He'll pull into third. That's a 2 RBI 3-bagger. Well, I was already to mark this down on the card as a double. Put another line in there.
Well, he didn't let up at all, Gary. Great effort on his part. Took a chance, but he made it.
Amazing thing is he was able to do it standing up. And in the batter's box, it's Walker. This is a potent offense on the field right now, really dominating.
Now, Gary, as you can see, this offense just keeps on rolling, keeps on producing. Why don't you keep it?
Hit on the ground. And Overbay will score.
Now up to the
What
plate.
more do you need to see? Now you have to question his confidence, giving up 3 straight hits. Not much going right out there at this point.
Snyder at the plate.
Well, they're showing no mercy at all. They're just not letting up. Put the pedal to the metal, and they keep on going.
Just missed with the fastball, 1-0. Steve, if you had a referee in a heavyweight fight like this, you'd have somebody getting in to stop it.
You're right. I mean, there's not many rounds left in this one, but we may have just seen the knockout punch.
Throws on to first in time to retire the side. Big offensive inning, 5 base hits and 4 runs. The Pirates. Todd Helton to lead it off. 1 for 2 in the ballgame.
Todd Helton.
The pitch from Meek. Flied to right. And that sets down Helton. 1 away.
Second baseman, number 18, Jonathan Herrera.
Going to be Herrera now. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to him. Good pitch right there from Meek.
Even with the late movement on the cut fastball, you don't want to throw it up in the zone because a hitter can fight it off and muscle it over the infielders.
That ends up foul. And he fouls off another one.
Well, you can tell right there that the batter is in protection mode. Anything close, he's just trying to put it in play. The fact that he fouled it off will keep this at-bat going.
This is pop foul to the right side, but playable. Tried to track that one down, but comes up empty. And that's another foul ball.
Well, anytime you're down 0-2, the bottom line is you want to be able to cover the whole plate. You can't look inside, you can't look outside. You have to just swing and protect in a defensive mode. That's what he did there on that pitch on the outer half of the plate. Foul it off and live to see another pitch.
Well, I can't blame him for bringing in the pinch hitter right now for the pitcher. They've got to do something to get this offense going and try to get back into the game.
Grounded up the middle. Boomer. Throws on to first. Side is retired. They're held in check yet again. Scoreless through 8 innings. Pittsburgh not letting this lead go. In the batter's box, it's Boomer. He'll get us started as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that's going to bring Ryan Doman up now. He'll be the pinch hitter.
Well, they're looking to continue to tack on to the lead right here, hoping that he can come up with a big pinch hit and drive in some runs.
And down on the mound, we'll see Sean White. They've decided it's time to bring a new arm into this one.
Well, Sean White's the kind of guy who came into his own as a relief pitcher in 2009. He's not a guy that's a specialist.
Line towards second. And that's number 1.
Number 47.
Meeks in the batter's box. He doubled and later scored in his last go-around. Now the first pitch. On the ground to second. Herrera on the pickup. Throws to first. He's retired. That's 2 down.
Center fielder, number 22, Andrew.
To the plate. Here comes Andrew McCutchen. Base is empty and 2 down. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a line drive. And that's the 3rd out. That'll do it. 3 up, 3 down. Leading it off, Dexter Fowler. Blew out last time.
24.
Here's the first pitch. And that's in there. Meek ahead 0-1.
Well, the backdoor breaking ball right there. They set up a way and executed the pitch perfectly.
Swung on, soft liner to the right side. And that's into right field for a base hit. And that's going to bring Seth Smith up now. Now a look at the teams who generated the most runs last year, courtesy of State Farm. Number 1, the Reds. Second, the Phillies. In third, the Rockies. Fourth, the Brewers. And number 5, the Braves rounded out.
Well, the thing you ask your team, the manager and the hitting coach is, look, guys, get us some runs. This team does it as good as anyone in the league last year. And
Swung on, hit in the air to right center. This one to Jones. One away.
Coming to bat for the Colorado Rockies, center fielder, number 5.
Carlos Gonzalez has got a runner on first. He went 9 for 18 last year. That's a big number against the Pirates here in Pittsburgh. And Gonzalez settles in for his AB. First pitch. Good pitch right there from Meek.
I think the hitter was looking for something out over the plate that he could drive. They pounded a fastball down and in for a strike.
The pitch. And he pops it up. Should have room back there. So Gonzalez is set down. 2 away. Here's Troy Tulowitzki. He'll bat with 2 down. Try it again here. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Now Tulowitzki in the box. Ball. Meek misses for a ball.
well, this is not what you expected when you brought your closer into this game. Laboring right now, throwing over 30 pitches. I tell you what, the outcome of this one might not be too good.
Ball 2.
Well, anytime you have a good fastball and you can keep it down in the zone around the knees or lower, it's great location, and believe me, very difficult to hit.
Hit on the ground. This could be the end. Overbay the pick. And that'll do it, everybody. That's out number 3. This ball game over.
Well, they win a great one here today, Gary, and it's all because of the pitching.
Now we're going to award our player of the game. Steve, it seemed like they knew from the get-go they had it. This was going to be their day, and they were right.
Baseball at its best. It's the Colorado Rockies against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The MLB only on 2K Sports.
National League Baseball, the Pittsburgh Pirates, one of our ball clubs here. A bat that means business. Andrew McCutchen. He'll get a chance to put some numbers up on the board today. Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. Gary Thorne, John Crockett, Steve Phillips. Starting pitcher, we'll see Brad Lincoln. The Rockies lineup looks like this. Hitting it off Dexter Fowler. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates coming off a win. The way these guys are playing right now, you know, you got to wonder how far can this go. The streak is up to 11, and they've been dominating. Swings and misses, the good change right there, 0-1. 7-run lead holds up. You expect it to.
Well, it really does, and the drubbing that the offense put on this team, that is what powered this victory.
And with 2 strikes on him, Dexter Fowler now will be watching to protect the strike zone.
Tough spot for the hitter right here, down 0-2. You got to foul off that tough pitch if you have to.
Fouled away. Strike 3. Dexter Fowler swinging through that one. He's back to the dugout.
That's his big out pitch. That splitter with 2 strikes at the go-to pitch. He's sending them home.
And the Pirates in the field. Here's a look at their defense. So, John, any individual stand out?
Well, you watch athletes, Gary, and Andrew McCutchen is just that, a great athlete. Watch him in the outfield, how he goes after balls with reckless abandon. He would make any wide receiver in football jealous.
First pitch, and he misses the fastball. Strike 1.
Well, that's some kind of pitching. You set up the target on the outside corner, and he paints the black with it. Awfully tough when you have that kind of location.
And that one will head all the way to the backstop for a ball. Here it comes. A line drive towards short. Alvarez able to put the out center's belter.
They call it the hot corner for a reason, as this ball is scorched. It almost took his hand off.
Headed for the middle. And Colorado with their first hit as it gets down.
Now we'll take a peek back to last season for Carlos Gonzalez. Here's how he ranked. First in batting average, first in hits, and he was an RBI machine, second in RBIs, driving in a ton of runs, getting it done on the clutch.
And it's Troy Tulowitzki at the plate. Here's the pitch. First pitch, fastball, 0-1. He deals. Swung on, that is hit. Walker scoops, throws to second. That'll be a force out, and the third out. Brad Lincoln. Matt Belisle's going to be pitching. He'll be starting this one for Colorado. And Steve will be focusing here. Pittsburgh hitters, how about his thoughts? This one's pretty well hit to deep left center. This one towards Smith as he gets to it for the out. Thoughts, John? Anybody stand out?
Well, Neil Walker's a guy that you have to keep an eye on, Gary. I mean, he hit for a good average. Guy, a little bit shaky defensively. If he can figure that part of the game out, he could become an everyday player. Let's see how it plays out in today's game.
And Tabado's coming up to the plate.
Pirates have problems in all areas last season, and the National League West was no refuge for them either.
Alvarez is in the batter's box. No luck for the Pirates against the best clubs in the West, certainly. They couldn't get a win in 6 against San Diego.
The Padres owned them. The Giants won 4 out of the 6 games as well. And, you know, good pitching teams just completely shut down that offense.
He'll hold there at second base. Credit him with a double. Get to take a look at one here that probably should have ended at first base.
Well, he had the burners on coming out of the batter's box and rounding first base. Great aggressiveness on his part. He didn't let up, and he gets in safely.
No indecision when he got to first base.
That's how you get in safely to second. Well, a little dicey right now for Matt Belisle out on the mound. He's got great controls. He's going to have to hit his spot.
Doesn't want to give up the lead run here. Tie ball game with a couple on.
Well, the situation's not all that bad just yet, Gary. It's still early. If he can get a strikeout or a pop-up and limit the sacrifice opportunities, then the defense can move back and they can play for the final out of the inning.
That's inside. Jones watches. Last season, he had a big 357 against the... There's a swing and a ground ball. 2 away. Now let's take a look at how the Rockies will line up defensively. John, keeping an eye on anyone?
Well, a guy that's known for his bat, Carlos Gonzalez, but what people overlook is the fact that he's a plus defender, not only with his glove, but with his arm. Can play every outfield position and plays them all equally well.
And Stewart's able to get to that one. So they pick up. It's a nice day here, a little bit on the chilly side, but certainly not enough to detract from the game. Stewart up at the plate. On the base paths, number 2 in steals in the ball club. Swinging a liner to left, and Stewart's got himself a base hit.
Boy, he really puts pressure on the opposing pitcher and catcher with the way he can steal bases.
Well, anytime you can get on base with no outs to start an inning, you know that an extra base hit will probably score you. But even if the batter behind you can figure out a way to get on base, now you have the potential for a huge inning.
Well, working on the 0-1 count now. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Chris Iannetta now with a defensive stance behind. Oh, tough one to lay off right there, that fastball. 1-2.
Well, that fastball right there just missed, just below the knees. Tell you what, a borderline pitch. I think they wanted that one bad.
So they can't make the play.
Well, listen, it's all about advancing base runners in the game. You got to make plays defensively, but that error cost him, and it came out of his hand wrong, and the ball sailed on him.
That one's going to be down low. 3-2.
Now, if you're going to miss, this is where you want to miss. Throw that breaking ball at the bottom of the strike zone. If the hitter swings and puts it in play, it's a ground ball out.
And Iannetta struck out on a big swing.
Well, they went away right there, and he put a pretty good swing on it, but just couldn't quite make contact. Walking back to the dugout now.
We'll see Todd Helton stand in with a man on second.
Well, guys, when does age catch up to you? It looks like, though, it has caught Todd Helton big time. A big struggling season in 2010. Let's see what's left, though, in 2011. Maybe he can rebound.
Helton grounds it. And that one goes foul. John, tell you about Todd Helton. One number that jumps out at you. His lifetime 361 average at Coors, while last year hit 273. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm not sure so much the numbers that speak to his age as to his health. Those back problems really hampered him, and that inability to rotate affected his ability to drive the ball with power.
It's going to be Herrera now. He went hitless 6 ABs last year against the Pirates. Fastball in there, 0-1.
That's a solid pitch going up in the zone with that four-seam fastball. You establish different parts of the zone and you change the hitter eye level. In this situation, he took the pitch.
Here's the pitch. Taps this one foul to the right. Fastball called. Strike 3, and the side is retired. So they pick up a hit but leave a man at second and fail to score. Still have the shutout going at PNC Park. And it's Neil Walker now. He'll lead off. He's in the top echelon of hits right now. Swung on and fouled away. And he'll leave that one alone, Neil Walker, and he lets it go, and it'll leave in the count.
They went with the big curveball off the plate, trying to get him to reach for it, but he lays off.
Swing and a hot shot, and it's through. That's a base hit. That'll bring up Chris Snyder. And be sure to tune in next Wednesday. We will be in Detroit to see the Tigers. They play host to the Texas Rangers. That will kick off at 1 p.m. Eastern. He's the best base stealer, leading the ball club in steals. Hit hard to second. And he's up with it. The second, there's one. And there's the second out of double play. Here's a look, 4-6-3 on the double play.
That's the way they teach you, whether you're at second base or shortstop. One fluid motion, get it out of the glove and get rid of it.
In the batter's box, it's Boomer. Back up the middle. And with 2 down, they've got a man on board.
Well, after 2 outs, they finally got a man on board right here in this inning. So let's see if they can get back-to-back hits going and maybe get some momentum.
And Lincoln's in the box. He got the bat on that one, and Gonzalez is there. That'll do it as they put that one away. It's called short work of 3. Took 6 pitches. Pittsburgh still looking for that offense. And Belisle settles in.
Number 34, Matt Belisle.
Spotted by Snyder. Swing and a miss on that curveball. It's 0-1. The pitch. Fastball swung on. Can't make contact and behind on the count 0-2. Got him on the splitter. One away.
They just haven't figured out what to do. That's his 5th strikeout today.
Fowler at the plate. He's the league leader in stolen bases. Nobody on base. One away. And the first pitch. Here's a strike at the knees on 1. And with 2 strikes on him, Dexter Fowler now will be watching to protect the strike zone.
He looked like he was ready to swing that time at the plate, Gary, but he must have been looking for a different pitch as that fastball just paints the outside corner.
Strike 3. Dexter Fowler swinging through that one. He's back to the dugout.
This one tails down. Look at it just dropping off the table right there with a big break at 83 miles per hour.
Well, sometimes you get fooled so badly, there's just nothing else you can do but hope and pray that you put the ball in play, hopefully foul, to get another pitch to hit.
And it's Smith batting. He trails his team's leader in RBIs right now. It's strike 1. Can't make contact on the fastball. That'll be strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now. Seth Smith will be watching to make sure he doesn't get K'd here. It's fouled off. It's in there. Strike 3. Seth Smith unable to pull the trigger. 3 up and 3 down for Brad Lincoln. He has a shutout through 3 innings of work. And the Pirates.
Played for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
McCutchen into the batter's box. He's the team's most walked batter. First pitch, here it comes. A swing line to left center. And it's through. A base hit for McCutchen. He tried for second. He's not stopping there. He's on his way to third. And he'll stop at third with a triple.
He's one of the leaders on this team in walks. He just rarely chases the ball out of the zone. He finds a way to get on base.
Well, this is the way you want to kick off an inning right here. He hits the ball right out of the box. He's thinking triple, and that's what he gets.
Here's the pitch. Oh, slider swung on and missed. 0-1.
Well, a great pitch and a great strike right there to get that pitch down and away. Look, you can throw it out there consistently. You keep doing it, you're going to have a lot of success.
Hit in the dirt. And McCutchen comes in to score.
At the plate with a Pittsburgh
He tries to sneak one down and in to get the strike 3 call, but he fights it off. Outstanding job at the plate.
And that is so demoralizing for a pitcher. You work so hard to get ahead in the count, and then you give up a base hit. Alvarez is in the batter's box. This offense is taking some pressure off the pitching at this point, Steve.
That was a good piece of hitting right there. He got his pitch, took advantage of it, drove it, picked up the run.
And that's going to be another hit for them. The opportunity for offense is right now. Steve, sometimes that pitch down the middle you want to drive. He chose to take it the other way.
Good piece of hitting. You don't have to always pull that ball. You think up the middle at first and then adjust accordingly. Outstanding adjustment.
Here's the first pitch. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Up with it now. That's one out, but he'll hang on to that, so they will get one.
And a brief look here at the Pirates and how they ranked in the National League last season. 10th in doubles, 10th in stolen bases. And the triples numbers, well, they weren't quite what the numbers you'd want for a team, and it really shows the fact they didn't have the kind of speed necessary to take that extra base.
He snares it. There's one. Back to first, not in time. 1 and 2, won't get it. Back to first, not in time. Not quick enough on the relay. Oh, and a wild throw. And he'll hold at second, pick up an RBI and a two-bagger. Here's the first pitch. Starts him out with a slider for a strike. Pitch on the way. Popped up. Should be playable behind the plate. And Ionette is there to retire the side. Didn't take too long to get some good whacks at the plate. Up early. Pittsburgh in charge. 2-0.
Coming to bat.
And Carlos Gonzalez to lead it off. He singled in his last at bat.
Carlos Gonzalez.
Swings at that fastball and misses. 0-1.
Again, we're into the 4th inning right now, and as you start to flip the lineup over again, now they've only gotten 2 hits, so they're going to have to really evaluate what they should be looking for at the plate. And
back up the middle. Boomer. So Gonzalez is set down.
Take a look here at the Rockies and how they ranked in the National League last season. He was 1st in triples, 2nd in slugging percentage, and as a team, they can put the ball in play, ranked 3rd overall in batting average, really showing that ability and the depth of that lineup to hit for a high average.
And Troy Tulowitzki to bat.
And it might be hard-pressed to find a shortstop in the National League better than Troy Tulowitzki. He can do it all as far as defense, hit for average, and hit for power. There's nothing he can't do. 2010 was just a reminder of that.
The 0-0 delivery, a fastball taken for a strike. With all those numbers John was talking about with Tulowitzki, there's only one more thing he needs, and that's help. You got to stay in the lineup to make those numbers matter.
Yeah, that's right, Gary. There's no telling what those numbers can be. If he stays in the lineup healthy for an entire season, he could be a big-time producer. And I think he's going to be a guy that right there with Hanley Ramirez in the National League, the top 2 shortstops.
And here's the pitch. Tulowitzki, ground ball. Walker scoops. Retiring Tulowitzki.
Nice, easy, soft ground ball to second. Doesn't have any trouble at all, that one. Retires him at first base.
So a chance here for Ian Stewart, 2 down. He's got the 2nd most homers in the ball club. A fresh count on Stewart. Here it comes. Really tries to lay into that first pitch, but he misses. 0-1. Strike 2, Ian Stewart. Gonna have to be careful now.
Well, look out. He got lucky there. You do not want to miss in the heart of the plate with this team.
He got him so far. 8 strikeouts today. Not a lot of action in this half inning. Nothing on. Still have the shutout going at PNC Park. Bottom 3 due up next. And welcome to those of you just tuning in. 2K Sports, Major League Baseball. This is Gary Thorne along with Steve Phillips and John Crook. Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And Snyder picks himself up a single. He's going to try to stretch it. Here's what the Rockies have coming up in April. Wrapping up tomorrow this series with Pittsburgh. And they'll be taking on the Mets, led by the power bat of Carlos Beltran. That series bound to be competitive. That is a 4-game road series. They look to tip the balance against a team that looks pretty even against them on paper. The Chicago Cubs. And his throw is in time. First out of the inning. And Lincoln's in the box. And he's batting with 1 out here.
And you have to figure he's probably going to be swinging away in this situation, Gary.
First pitch on the way. And he lays one down here. Belisle on to first. That's out number 2.
Sometimes you have to bunt the tough pitches, but when you get an easy one, you have to get it down. You've got to get the job done if your team's going to win the close game.
Andrew McCutchen now. This is an RBI opportunity.
I saw the ball well last night, picking up 2 base hits in that game.
It swung on, hit by McCutchen. And it's through into the gap. Should be extra bases. It rolls all the way to the wall. And Snyder crosses the plate.
Now coming to bat.
Oh, this is great patience at the plate. He lets the ball get deep in on the plate, comes in toward his hands, keeps his hands inside the ball, and drives it the other way.
You make yourself a whole different ball player if you can take the ball the other way as he just did. He delivers low for ball one. Hit in the air to left center. That one in the alley. This could be two or more. And they bring him home.
Now coming to bat.
Well, when you see a ball as a hitter coming right down the center of plate and you don't do anything with it, you're very upset with yourself because you feel like you missed a great opportunity. Problem was, this hitter didn't miss it.
Here's the first one. Fastball just misses. 1-0.
Well, anytime you have a good fastball and you can keep it down in the zone around the knees or lower, it's great location and, believe me, very difficult to hit.
And that will bring a run in. Openings for this lineup offensively, don't give it to them now because they are hot.
Jones.
Well, a big two-out hit right there. That's his third hit of the game so far. This man's doing what he has to do to help his team win.
So with 2 outs in the inning, here's Garrett Jones. Steve, we've seen them continue to charge it up at the plate, and it doesn't look like they're going to be stopped.
The runs just keep on coming right now. Quality at bat after quality at bat. A lot of outs left, but you know what? It looks to me like they're getting ready to put this one away early.
They pick up 4 hits in the inning and 3 runs across the plate. Pittsburgh.
Up to the plate.
Chris Iannetta will lead it off.
Number 20, Chris Iannetta.
Here's the delivery. That's on the outside corner for a strike.
Gary, he's not felt any pressure out there on the mound, and the defense has not felt that much pressure either. Been only 1 runner left on base, and you know we're moving through the middle part of this ball game, so you know they're doing a nice job shutting down this offense.
Change up. Thought he had him, but it's 1-2.
Well, he struck out in every at-bat last night, so he's looking to make a little bit of contact in the game today. That would be progress.
Spotted by Snyder. That one fouled off by Iannetta. The 1-2 pitch. And he leaves that one alone. Iannetta shows patience. That'll even up the count. Got the ground ball to Alvarez. And that'll retire Iannetta. Take a look at what's coming up for the Pirates. Colorado series ending tomorrow. They stay home for another team series, the Milwaukee Brewers. That'll get underway on Thursday night. And they'll be off to take on the Reds in the bat of Jay Bruce. Todd Helton at the plate. For his team, he's number 2 in hits. 1 out, bases empty. First one to Helton. Here's the pitch. That one fouled off by Helton.
He's getting it done all season long, Gary, and a guy they're really looking to count on.
Here's the pitch. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Helton, a good protector of the plate. Got him. 9th strikeout of the game.
This one tails down. Look at just dropping off the table right there with a big break at 83 miles per hour.
Here's a look at the teams that drummed up the extra base hits last year. Our State Farm leaderboard. The D-backs, number 1. The Reds, 2nd. In 3rd, the Brewers. The Rockies, 4th. And number 5, the Phillies rounded out.
Well, anytime you have a whole team of guys who can hit for extra bases, it makes the defense spread out so much, and it gives you room to do other things. This team is great at it, one of the best in the league last year, just hitting the balls in gaps, hitting the ball over the wall, and that's why they score so many runs, because they're always in scoring position.
Got him. Strikeout number 10 today. No runs, no hits. Nobody crossed the plate in this half inning, and nobody left on base.
Up to the plate.
And Lyle Overbay up. And he's second on the club in runs.
Miles Overbay.
Betancourt sets and throws. And that sets down Overbay.
For the Pittsburgh Pirates, second baseman, number 18.
And in the batter's box, it's Walker. Career numbers, 1 for 2 against Rafael Betancourt. And here's the first one. Liner between first and second. No problem with that one.
For the Pittsburgh Pirates, catcher, number 19.
Snyder at the plate. He doubled and scored in his last trip to the plate. 2 outs and nobody on. Swing and a shot down the left field line. And it gets down. That's hit number 2, making good contact. So there are 2 men down here, but they do get a man in scoring position.
Number 25.
Well, this pitcher was cruising along in this inning. Not a lot of difficulty so far. Loses concentration for just 1 second, and now a runner in scoring position. He's got to work.
He fouls that one off. Oh! Betancourt sets and throws. Strike 2. Good hard slider that time. He's in control in the count now, 0-2.
Well, runner in scoring position right here. And obviously, they want to try to avoid that 2-out base hit. They've been burned in this game offensively already, so they need an out right here. Put up a 0.
And Snyder crosses the plate.
Statistics say that the 0-2 count by far is an advantage for the pitcher. But in this situation, he fought off a tough pitch and slapped the base hit.
Great job on that at bat. And Lincoln's in the box. Just one player picking up after another, Steve. This is a good offensive show going on, and they're climbing the ladder with it.
Okay, that last hit just blows the door wide open right there. I mean, they got a shot at running away with this thing.
And the other thing they know is they've got time and outs on their side. And that's the 3rd out. That'll do it. So they score once on 2 hits, 1 man left. The Pirates in total control for the moment.
Batting for the Colorado
Billboards at the plate.
Well, pinch hitter entering the game right now. The game is officially over. That's the end of the line for the pitcher today.
Takes a swing at that fastball. Can't connect, 0-1.
Offensively, they just have not been able to get anything going. Only 1 runner left on base, so they just need more opportunities and see if they can't capitalize on it.
Ball. That one gets past. It'll end up in the backstop, but no damage done. And he watches one at the knees, and it's 1-2.
Well, he just fooled the hitter right here. He was thinking hard. He got soft, and with great break on that curveball, he couldn't touch it.
Taps this one foul off to the left. One-two pitch coming. And this is popped up on the left side. That's one away.
Well, it's now a Baker's dozen. 13 in a row he's set down. Absolutely lights out. What a performance.
Fowler at the plate. He leads the NL in stolen bases. And he takes a called strike. Good patience. Dexter Fowler. He lets that one go by for a ball. Count is even. He went a respectable 5 for 15 last year off the Pirates here at PNC Park. Oop, there's the hammer. 1-2. Struck him out. That's going to be 11 in the game.
With 2 strikes, the hitter wanted the fastball. He got it, but didn't do anything with it.
State Farm brings us a look at the slugging percentage leaders from last year.
Well, this is a list of guys that when they get in there, they're looking to do some damage to really hurt the opposition, looking to drive the ball. It's not just about contact, it's about hard contact.
And we've got Fernando Nieve out on the mound. The Pirates turning to a reliever here.
But Gary, I tell you, I probably would have let this starter go a little bit longer. I mean, better safe than sorry, but why burn the bullpen this early in the game if you don't have to? Save them, keep them fresh, make them right for the end of the game.
That'll be strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now. Seth Smith will be watching to make sure he doesn't get K'd here. And Seth Smith, he comes up empty with that swing. Strike 3, he's gone. So they're shut down again. That's 6 shutout innings so far. Pirates to the plate. Here comes Andrew McCutchen. And down on the mound, we'll see Sean White. He's been chosen to take over out there.
Well, Sean White's the kind of guy who came into his own as a relief pitcher in 2009. He's not a guy that's a specialist. He can give you inning or multiple innings of work coming out of that bullpen. You look at some of his numbers, very impressive. He doesn't walk a lot of guys. His batting average against is .216 in 2009, so he's been a very effective weapon for this squad.
So McCutchen is sent down. And Tabita's coming up to the plate. Last time up, triple homer run. Base is empty, 1 out. Now the first pitch. And he offers at the circle change and misses 0-1.
Well, this is what you need to do. You need to put up some zeros right now. Get some outs and get your fielders back in the dugout to swing the bat and try to make up this deficit.
In the infield, picked up by Helton. Doesn't get there in time. He is on. And that'll bring to the plate Pedro Alvarez.
The smart hitter, before he steps in the batter's box, checks the corner infield, where they're playing, how close they are. And if he sees bunt, you got to be ready when you get your pitch to deliver. Good piece of hitting.
Well, the awaited arrival in Pittsburgh of Pedro Alvarez is finally over. They gave him a chance in June, and he rewarded them handsomely. This guy's going to be a stud in the middle of this lineup for a long time, guys.
That fastball gets by him on the first pitch, 0-1. Pedro Alvarez, 16 home runs, 100 games. Everybody's looking for that home run power. They hope they've got it in him.
Well, second pick overall in the 2008 draft, and the expectations were he'd be an impact bat, an impact third baseman.
There's a swing, line drive, center field, and that's a knock for Jones. The runner's coming around second on his way to third.
Well, he had 3 big hits in the last game, and that was on the winning side, and he's getting them going again with that at-bat.
Lyle will get the RBI chance. He is 0 for 1 off Sean White. So Jorge Cantu will come up. He's going to come on as a pinch hitter.
That was such a big lead right here, Gary. They're just trying to rest some of the regulars and get some at-bats to keep the bench players fresh.
Fastball inside. He had to do a little dancing on that one.
Well, that's an intentional pitch right there. He wants to keep the hitter from leading out over the plate.
The pitch. And it goes foul. And Iannetta spotting the pitch. Cantu hits the ground ball. Base hit through the infield. Runner should score.
Now batting.
Well, you just can't explain how valuable a pinch hitter is. The guy who can come off the bench cold and deliver a big hit.
And in the batter's box, it's Walker. Show no mercy. When the offense is going, you don't give up at bats, and they're not.
You know, with that last hit, Gary, I mean, things are beyond lopsided right now. We're looking at...
And he lays it down. He'll try to beat it out. Stewart fields it.
This isn't good baseball right here. It's kind of selfish baseball. You're in a position with 2 outs. You've got to try to drive in a run. You've got to swing the bat right there. You just made the next guy have to try to get the big hit.
First pitch to him. First pitch way out of the zone. Ball 1. Career average 276 against the Rockies. At the belt, the 1-0. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. He watched that fastball that was in there.
Well, purpose pitch right there. He gets the strike on it, goes up and in, and it opens up the entire strike zone now.
Popped way up there behind home plate. And Ionette is there to retire the side. They pick up 4 hits in the inning, but manage only 1 run. The Pirates in total control.
Now up to the plate.
And Carlos Gonzalez to lead it off. 1 for 2 in the ballgame. And Gonzalez settles in for his AB. First pitch. It's now 0-1. Watch that fastball go by.
Oh, good life on this fastball as he just buries it down and away.
And Carlos Gonzalez looks at that one for a ball. That'll even up the count.
They went with the big curveball off the plate, trying to get him to reach for it, but he lays off.
Here's a swing and a ground ball. Boomer. 1 away. Now the State Farm leaderboard gives us a look at who hit the highest average-wise last year.
Well, Gary, there's 2 guys in this game today that you need to keep an eye on if you're looking for guys to get base hits. They were 2 of the top hitters in all of baseball last season. I tell you what they do. They prepare, they watch a lot of tapes, they read the scouting reports, and they have a game plan when they go up, and they execute that game plan on a consistent basis.
That one put in play, and it's going to be fielded by McCutchen. Out number 2. So a chance here for Ian Stewart. 2 down. Hitting .311, lifetime off the Pirates. A fresh count on Stewart. Here it comes. Starts him out with a changeup for a strike.
Now, Gary, the pitcher pulled the string on this one. It looks like a fastball, and then it just dies out as it gets to the plate. Good late movement.
Strike 2, Ian Stewart. Gonna have to be careful now.
Look for the pitcher to try to expand the strike zone here. The hitter has to swing at anything close.
And he looks at a fastball that's in there, side retired. And a frustrated lineup indeed. That's now 7 shutout innings. Still have the shot.
Now up to the plate.
And if you're just joining in, Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Crunk bringing you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. The fastball is in there. It's 0-1.
You can really stay out of big trouble in the big inning if you can spot your fastball down in the zone.
Takes a swing at that 0-1 pitch, but the curve is in there for strike 2. And he got good wood up the middle. And his throw is in time for out number 1.
Pittsburgh Pirates. Pitcher number 38, Hernandez.
Yev is the batter. He'll take his first shot at the plate. 1 out, bases empty. Here's the delivery. A smash between short and third. And Stewart's able to get to that one.
Center fielder.
And here's a shot for Andrew McCutchen. It comes with 2 down. Get the new count on McCutchen. Here it comes. Fastball, and this is away. 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. Smash towards the middle. Throws on to first. Sign is retired. And a good half inning there gone.
For the Colorado
Chris Ionetta at the plate. Grounded out his last time up.
Chris Ionetta.
And now Ionetta gets set. It's 0-1 as he swings and misses at that fastball. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Chris Ionetta now with a defensive stance behind. Swung on, line to right field. And that'll put Ionetta on first. He's on board way ahead of that play. And that'll bring up Todd Helton.
Well, that's the start they wanted right there. You get the first guy on with the inning. No outs. Big things could happen now.
No one out and a runner on first. First one to Helton. Here's the pitch. Lays off that one. Catches the inside. Calls strike one. Last year he hit 2 for 7 off the Pirates in Pittsburgh. Strike two. No balls. 2 strikes. Helton, a good protector of the plate.
The hitter's got to protect the outer part of the plate right here, down 0-2.
He deals. Fastball swung out and missed. Struck him out one way.
Well, great confidence right there in the stuff. Could have wasted a pitch right there, and he figured, why worry?
That's a great job of finishing off the batter in a hurry. Never got a chance to see much. Now the first pitch. First pitch, a fastball. That's in there for a strike.
A nice four-seamer right there. That one's clearly on the outside corner. He hit the spot.
Good patience. Jonathan Herrera lets that one go by. It's a good eye. Evens the count up.
Oh, it's a great fastball right there, down in the strike zone. Now there's so many ways to go. Let's see how he comes back to attack this hitter.
Swing and a miss. Slider, 2 down.
Well, the slider is his go-to pitch, and it's not surprising. You can see why. 2 strikeouts in a row on that hard-breaking, nasty slider.
Team leaders in home runs. How'd they do it last year? Well, let's take a look at our State Farm leaderboard. The Reds, number 1. The Brewers, 2nd. 3rd, the D-backs. The Rockies, 4th. And number 5, the Phillies rounded out.
Well, this team lives and dies with the home run ball. They were one of the top teams in the league last year at hitting the ball out of the ballpark, and they seem to want to continue that in this season. They have so much power and depth throughout this lineup that every one of these guys can hurt you.
Hit on the ground, and Cantu picks it up, and he'll step on first to retire the... Here's Jose Tabata leading it off. First pitch on the way. Tabata, ground ball. Throws in time to first. What a play. Makes a terrific play and a fine throw.
Well, this should have been a base hit. The hitter thought the ball was going through, but a tremendous effort keeping it in the infield and getting the out.
Line shot into center field. And it's in there. He continues to get on base. That's hit number 4 in this game. That will bring up Garrett Jones.
Well, he just continues to swing a hot bat in this one. Is that 4 hits for him now? Yes, it is. Well, not a young guy as far as age goes, but a young guy as far as major league experience goes, and that's Garrett Jones. But what he has is the potential to hit the ball out of the ballpark. A big guy, 6'4", 245 pounds. Like I said, he can hit the ball out of the ballpark, but it's the consistency that's been hurting him.
He's had 1 hit 4 times up. On the way. He squares around and he gets this one down. White. And he's aboard.
Well, this was a sacrifice situation, but the defense just didn't react properly once the ball was on the ground. Now everybody's safe.
And Jorge Cantu.
Cantu was a guy in Florida that put up productive years, 100 RBI season in 2009, but struggled in 2010 once he got dealt to the Rangers.
He said bat underway, 1-0 after that first pitch missed. You know, normally for Cantu, he could hit for power, but he had a long stretch where he wasn't doing that. That's tough on him when that happens to him.
It's tough when you sit, but I'll tell you what, I'm very impressed with this young guy. I mean, he's a very solid guy, a professional. He works very hard, and he wants to do well.
And he grabs this one, and there's one, and he's going to hang on to it. No relay, so they will not get the double play. And Steve, you look at him grimacing in pain out there. Looks like it's the wrist He may have to head to the trainer's room. Cedeno has been brought in now, and hopefully he won't get hurt.
When you're looking to try to get something going, to manufacture runs, bringing in a guy who can run can be absolutely critical and beneficial.
He'll throw on to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. So no runs, 2 hits, and they strand 2. And next,
For the Colorado
they to get off
Rockies,
Dexter Fowler.
right fielder, number 24, Dexter Fowler.
First pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. And in this matchup, lifetime 375 off Pittsburgh.
And you know, Gary, a lot of times you just see the other team's jersey and you know you have the confidence that you can hit against them.
Big swing and a miss and a heater. Strike him out, 1 down.
Well, that one's as straight as a string. Just registered 91 on the gun.
Those who led the league in hits last year, brought to you by State Farm. There you see Gonzalez. He's up on top, number 1.
Well, you don't lead the league in hitting by striking out a lot, and this guy was the league leader in hits last year. He puts the ball in play. He gives himself up when he has to with 2 strikes just to put the ball in play, and he gets a lot of hits that way. That's why we saw him lead the league in hits last year.
That'll be strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now. Seth Smith will be watching to make sure he doesn't get K'd here.
Let's see what he's going to do 0-2. The hitter's got to be guessing right now.
Down on strikes there. Nice piece of pitching work.
Here's the slider coming right at you in K-Cam. Get a better look at that.
And Carlos Gonzalez stands in. Grounded out his last time through. Base is empty with 2 outs. The first pitch. A fly ball. And that's a base hit. Gets down in front of him. So that brings up Troy Tulowitzki.
Well, you're going to have to keep a close eye on this guy at first base. Pay a lot of attention to him because you know he more than likely has the green light. He can go at any time.
Now Tulowitzki in the box. Takes that first pitch low in the strike zone. Strike 1. In 17 at-bats, 9 hits last year off the Pirates on the road. Strike 2 called in the hole, 0-2.
He gets 2 quick strikes on the hitter, but he can't be too selective now. He's got to go right at him.
And a grounder is at the last out. Walker scoops. And on to first for out number 3, and that's going to do it.
Well, they win a great one here today, Jerry, and it's all because of the pitching. Gary, Pittsburgh wins this by a wide margin as the Pirates come out swinging the bat.
And we get a moment here to recognize our player of the game.
Well, the tone of the...
Steve, it seemed like they knew from the get-go they had it. This was going to be their day, and they were right.
You and I like the